because of her big fat lips. He doesn't care. He says he just takes a hot shower after. Bianca draws on her cigarette with her big lips. Probably get typhoid. She blows out with a neat turn of her head. Even her long, ropey neck is sort of sexy. I hate the sight of him flying through the air in that little Speedo. God! Sure enough, while I'm looking out the window, Freddie, all red and fleshy, with his stomach hanging down and his silver head tucked between his upstretched arms, vaults through the air and whap, hits the water like a bull roaring in the field. I can just see Bianca downstairs muttering, "Shit!" and slamming the wall with her fist. He's a big 50-something, with a huge jaw and muscles like lumps of raw meat just going to fat. His round eyes show one big emotion at a time: joy, anger, pain, fear. But his body is full of all those things happening at once, and that's what you see when he's swimming. He attacks the water with big pawing strokes, burying his face in it like he's trying to eat it out. Then he stops and treads water, his snorting head tossing and bobbing for a second before he turns and lies down in the water like a kid, with total trust, awe, face to the sky, regardless of the rain or turds. Even though he's big, Freddie's got the face of somebody who's been beat too many times, like his face is just out there to be beat. He's also got the face of somebody who, after the beating is done, gets up, says, "Okay," and keeps trying to find something good to eat or drink or roll in. He likes to end stories by saying, "But they'd probably just tell you I'm an ASSHOLE. Like, "Oh well, what's on TV?" That's the thing Bianca hates most. That beat up, but still leaping out into the turds for a swim quality. Especially the leaping. It's like a personal affront to her. But I like it. It reminds me of the sea lion, swimming into town with its perfect round head sticking up, even though the lion is gliding, and Freddie is rough. It's like something similar, put in different containers. Sometimes I want to say this to Bianca, to defend Freddie, but she won't listen. Besides, I understand why he disgusts her. She's a refined person, and I like refinement too. I understand it as a point of view. The writer on the radio is talking about her characters like they're real people. When you look at it from her point of view, his behavior really is strange because to her, they're just playing a sexy game, whereas for him, it's... She blooms out of the radio like a balloon with a face on it, smiling, wanting you to like her, vibrating with things to say. Turn on the radio, there's always somebody like her on somewhere. People rushing through their lives turn the dial looking for comfort, and the excited, smiling words spill over them. I drink my coffee. The novelist's characters dance and preen. I drink my coffee. People from last night's dream stumble in dark rooms, screaming at one another, trying hard to do something I can't see. I finish my coffee. Water is seeping in and soaking the edge of the carpet. I don't know how this happens. I'm on the second floor. It's time for me to go clean John's office. John is an old friend, and as a favor, he pays me to clean his office every week. Into my patchwork bag, I pack the necessaries: aspirin, codeine, bottle of water. Then I look for my umbrella. When I find it, I realize it's broken, and I curse before I remember the other one, the red one from New York that I never use. I got it at the Museum of Modern Art gift shop when I lived in Manhattan. It has 4 white cartoon sheep, plus 1 black one, printed on its edge, along with the name of the museum. The decoration is precious and proper, and it reminds me of Veronica Ross. She is someone from my old life. She loved anything precious and proper, small, intricate toys, photographs in tiny decorated frames, quotes from Oscar Wilde. She loved MoMA, and she loved New York. She wore shoulder pads, prissy loafers, and thin socks. She rolled her trouser cuffs in this crisp way. On her glass-topped coffee table, she had miniature ashtrays gilt matchboxes, and expensive coasters decorated with smiling cats. When I go out into the hallway, Rita is there in her housecoat and slippers, holding a little plate of fried chicken livers. She offers me some, says she made too many last night. They smell good, so I take one and eat it while I talk to Rita. She says that last week, that son of a bitch, Robert, fired up the barbecue again on the puny deck right under hers, sending up poisonous charcoal fumes, which, she has explained time and again, are terrible for her hepatitis. I knew he still had that grill out there, and sure enough, the sun came out and I heard him mobilize it. I heard the charcoal in the bag. I heard him slide the lid off. I sat down and I meditated. I asked for help. I asked, what is the most powerful force in the world? And the answer came to me. Water. Rita has hepatitis C. So do I. We don't discuss it much. She doesn't remind me that codeine by the fistful is like dropping a bomb on my liver. I don't remind her that while charcoal smoke is not a problem, her fried food diet is. I filled every pot, every pan, every jar, glass, and vase, and I set them all out on the edge of the deck, and as soon as he fired it up, "You didn't." I did. I doused the grill, and when he cursed me out, I doused him. He just stood there a second, and then you know what? He laughed. He said, "Rita, you are a pisser." He liked it. We talk a minute more. I laugh and say goodbye, step outside onto the wooden stairs. I snap open the umbrella and remember the last time I visited Veronica. She served me brownies in pink wrapping paper, fancy cheese, and sliced fruit she was too sick to eat. I remember the time I said, "I don't think you love yourself. You need to learn to love yourself." Veronica was silent for a long moment. Then she said, "I think love is overrated. My parents loved me, and it didn't do any good." My street is all functional apartment buildings set back from the sidewalk. White plus a few black people live here. 2 blocks down, it's semi-functional buildings and Mexicans. Turn the corner and it's warehouses, auto body repair shops, and a bar with music coming out of it at 8 in the morning. Blunt, faceless buildings that are too much trouble to tear down. Grass and weeds and little bushes silently press up between the buildings and through every crack in the concrete. At the end of the street is a 4-lane highway that you can walk along. Big businesses live here. Car dealerships, computer stores, office retail, and things I can't identify, even though I walk by them almost every day, because the bigness makes me feel mute. The mute feeling isn't bad. It's like being a grain of dirt in the ground, with growth and death all around. A grain, or a grass, or a stone. A tiny thing that knows everything but can't say anything. It isn't just the bigness of the businesses. It's the highway, too. All the hundreds of cars roaring in the opposite direction I'm walking, the hundreds of heads blurrily showing through hundreds of windshields. This happens sometimes when I walk along here. My focus slips and goes funny. I think it's something to do with walking at a slow pace against the speeding traffic, and today the rain blurs everything even more. It's like I get sucked out of normal life, into a place where the order of things has changed. It's still my life, and I recognize it, but the people and places in it are sliding around indiscriminately. A fat white man pedals gravely past on a green bicycle, one hand guiding the bike, the other holding a small, half-broken umbrella over his head. He examines me. There's a bolt of life from his hazel eyes, and then he's gone. A dream from last night. Someone is chasing me, and in order to reach safety, I have to run through my past and all the people in it. But the past is jumbled, not sequential, and all the people are mixed up. A nameless old woman who used to live next door is reaching out to me, her large brown eyes brimming with tenderness and tears. But my mother is lost in a crowd scene. My father is barely visible. I see him by himself in the shadows of the living room, dreamily eating a salted nut, while a loud, demented stranger pops right up in my face, yelling about what I must do.